Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Guidance Corner Tarot. My name's Christelle. I just wanted to quickly jump on here, just as a little introduction to these December readings, just to give you a little heads up on the energies at play. So these readings took me a long time to do, much, much longer than they normally would take me. And I don't normally get drained when I channel. I just find I could channel all day long. But after every reading, I just felt drained. I think the only sign that I didn't feel drained with was Leo. Having said that, I've still got 3 more signs to do. So that may change. So I've got Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio to do. Now, that's not to say that the other signs, that Leo's energy for December is brilliant and everybody else's is not. No, not at all. But it's just to say that December is going to demand a lot from us, like a lot from us. These readings demanded a lot from me. And I think it's important as you listen to the readings that you understand that energy. And that's why I really wanted to just jump on board and just let you know that the energies for December, not that they're bad, not that they're all good, but they're demanding. So basically the message that is coming through from the way that these readings have really tired me out. I was lucky to be able to do 2 or 3 a day, and that's not like me at all. And it's basically spirit saying the energy is demanding because it's not going to let us just rest on our laurels. It's not going to let us coast along. We need to do the work. Whatever that work is for you, it needs to be done. It needs to be looked at, changed, redone. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on board and just let you know. So I hope that you enjoy these readings. I hope that they bring meaning. I hope that they bring clarity. I hope they give you the heads up that I always hope my readings do. They're not there to tell you what to do or how to do it, just a heads up of the energies that are at play and how you can best navigate, how you can best use these energies, and sometimes even what these energies are trying to tell us. Sometimes we can be like, yes, I'll do the work, but tell me, what is the work? What do I need to do? What are you asking of me, universe, higher self, God? So I'm going to leave those messages here for you. Take very good care of yourself as we close off 2025, which has been a year, let's just put it that way, and let's welcome in 2026, having done all the work that we needed to do so we can open the door to this fire horse year that is coming in 2026, and we can gallop off into the paddock that suits us. That's the way I'm seeing it. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to the Guidance Corner Tarot. My name's Christelle. Thank you so much for being here. Let's welcome in Spirit. Okay, let's see what messages does Spirit have for you, Cancer, for December 2025. What messages does Spirit have for you for December 2025? Oh, I was like, is that enough cards, Spirit? And they're like, no, there's more. There we go. Of course there's more. There's been so many cards. Now, these cards I'm going to leave till the end as additional messages. That's the unveiling of the Golden Age Tarot. So I'll leave those up there so we don't forget them. Oh, Spirit's just drawn my eye, Cancer, to this, the Queen of Swords, and she's crossed with this Five of Wands, and there's a sense that I just got very strongly, you are not putting up with any drama, any shenanigans, any just energy that does not serve you. And I felt like I've kind of got into, felt like I was putting on almost like a teacher's voice. You know, it was so decisive. It's so, that's the way it is. And that's the, it'd be interesting to see how she sits amongst the other cards, because Spirit's saying they're not side by side. I'm going to take the cards as they've fallen. So this one's fallen first, so I'm going to take the pole like that. So it'll be interesting to see how it all sits together. But she is decisive. So that's going to be very interesting. So I need to take them as they've come. I'm going to move that out of the way a little bit. Oh, Spirit's already giving me so many messages. There's love coming in, Cancer, if you want it. There's even a love of self, a love of, gosh, what a busy month of December you're going to have. There's movement. Look, you've got a knight, another knight. You've got the walking away. They're quite action cards. Oh my goodness. You've got rebirth. You have celebration. You have landing. And you have invitation. Oh. I can't remember what sign it was. I think it was either Aries or Taurus, and I got this message like, are you ready? And I'm getting the same for you, Cancer. Spirit's just saying to me, are you ready? It's almost like, you know, as kids and we play hide and seek, and it's like, I'm coming, ready or not? That's like it's coming, it's unfolding, whether you're ready or not. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee because I don't know if I'm quite ready. Okay, beautiful souls, let's get started. Spirit, I know Spirit's been giving me so many messages, but I can't. I'm almost saying, Spirit, I can't take it all in. And everything that I feel during a reading, I actually say because they're messages within the reading. So you may be feeling this way, Cancer. You might get a lot of things thrown at you from the outside world, but probably more so from the spiritual realm, if you like. There's a lot of maybe downloads or just a lot of things. I'm going to say you feel like they're coming at you, but they're coming for you is what Spirit wants to say, Cancer. So when Spirit, I want to say, drowns me in information, like they just did, you know, sometimes I have to almost remind them that, hang on a minute, I'm in this human form. I can only take in so much. You know, I've only got one mouth. I can only string one word after another word. And there's almost this sense that you're tapping into something. I'm just checking with Spirit how they want me to say this, because I was going to say you're tapping to something intangible, which is very correct, they're saying, but not very maybe relatable or understandable. So there's the Spirit saying some of you already know. Okay, you already know. But there's this sense that your intuition is going to be heightened. Your senses are going to be heightened. Your intellect is going to be heightened. Your emotions are going to be heightened. Everything's almost going to be heightened. So you're going to feel like things are coming at you. And it's not that they're coming at you more than they normally are, Cancer. It's just that your senses are able to pick up more. So I could pick up the energies that Spirit was giving me. I could pick up the messages. I could pick up the images. I could pick up the words. But I couldn't bring them into this world in the quickness that they were coming to me in. And that's where sometimes, you know, the intangible doesn't blend very well with this tangible world that we live in. It's like, you know, we've only got two pairs of hands, we've only got the one mind, we've only got the one mouth, we've got two ears and they can pick up a lot of sounds, but then if we have to verbalize that, how do we do that at the speed that things are coming to us? Our eyes are picking up a lot, our ears are picking up a lot, all our senses are picking up a lot. How do we then translate that to bring it into the 3D world, either in speech, in work, in some form of tangible way? So there's going to be this sense that there's a funnel. But this time round, you are not being funneled. You are the funnel. And you're receiving all this glorious information. And you're funneling it through to bring it into reality, something into this tangible world. And there's difficulty in that. Okay, already that's a massive message, and we haven't even looked at your cards, Cancer. But December has been that way. December is going to be demanding. So let's have a look at your cards. We've got the Three of Swords. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Two of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Swords. We've got the Lovers. We've got the Sun, we've got the Knight of Wands, we've got the Five of Wands, we've got the Ace of Wands, and we've got the Eight of Cups. This is magnificent. And that would be magnificent enough. But then we've got this Oracle, and we've got rebirth with the Phoenix. We've got celebration. We have landing. And we have invitation. And I'm going to start at the very end because that's where Spirit's guiding me. And I feel emotional, Cancer. And I think you will too, as you listen to this reading, because you are landing. You are landing where you have always wanted to be and where it resonates the most with you. This rebirth, I mean, this is, look at the wings. And this is almost like the phoenix taking form. And you're different. You know, you're different. You look different to how... It's not to say this is how you're going to look at it, but you're different. And you're landing in a place. You're landing where you fit. And that's not to say that everybody looks like you, but you're landing where you're needed. You're landing where you fit. You're landing where it feels like home, but you're landing. And you know, Cancer, I think for most of us, but for you, because you've got this landing card, you've been free falling, I want to say for 3 to 4 years. And this landing, I feel you're going to start to feel it in December, but this landing is a 1. It's the 10, and in numerology a 10 is a 1. And this next year we're working a 10 year, which becomes a 1 year. So this is very much how you're going to feel next year. You're just going to feel next year, in 2026, you're going to feel like you landed. Suddenly there's solid ground beneath you that you can build things on. It's almost like you had a tower moment years ago. And you know, in the tower, there's these people that fall from the tower. It feels like you've been free falling. You've had moments of where you maybe landed on a cloud. There's been a soft landing. But then you're free falling again because you haven't been able to build almost these solid structures. You know, you have, thank you, Spirit, not a solid structure, a solid foundation. You know, we need to land. We need to be on the ground in order to build a foundation. And you haven't, you've tried, and I think you've done these soft landings and you've tried and they haven't worked. So you found yourself in free fall again. And free fall can be searching. It can just be trying different things on for size, and you've probably been trying different places, different clothes even, different homes, different people, different energy, hairstyles. From the very simple, you know, we might laugh, but sometimes finding a style can bring us that little bit closer to home. It's superficial, yes, but it can begin the journey, or it can be the completion. And I think for you, Cancer, it's probably the completion. You've probably been doing all the inner work. This is not the inner work. You've done that. You've done that, Cancer, because you've got the rebirth as the first oracle. But you're landing. Oh my gosh, I just want to stare at this card and the word landing. And I think that's how you're probably feeling. Oh my gosh, I've got my feet on the ground. I've landed. It's not to say that you won't have change, there won't be movement, but you landed. And the reason why Spirit said, made me pick these cards up together, was because once you land, the invitations start to come through. And once you land, look at this structure, look at this foundation. Solid. This feels so solid. This feels underground as well for me. It's almost like this foundation has been built in a cave or underground. And it's going to go up from there. Like when we build our buildings and we put car parks underneath, or we build a home and we put a cellar underneath, or storage or things like that, and then we build on top of that. So we've got this really strong foundation under the earth, and then we build on top of that. And that's how strong this foundation that you are building next year. And there's a sense that you couldn't do it before. And if you are beating yourself up, this is a little side note here, just as a remembering, there will be times you will go, my gosh, why didn't I do this years ago? You couldn't, you didn't, you hadn't landed yet. Got the Three of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. From those years of free falling, and I'm really seeing 3 or 4 years, and maybe the last 3 have been the hardest, but I'm really seeing 2021 for some reason. And there's a sense here of, there's been a lot of letting go and discomfort like your heart's been pulled or was pulled in different directions. There could have been sadness and regrets. All the things that, make us go, and bring out that feeling of a broken heart. Some of you, it was leaving places that you love, leaving people that you love, broken relationships, broken dreams, jobs that didn't meet your expectations or didn't meet the promises that they offered. And this landing is almost the culmination of this free falling, because this Three of Swords is, I'm seeing it as your 3 or 4 years of free falling. And even though there's just 3, I'm still getting, for some of you it's 4, and for a lot of you it's 4. And maybe because there's the 1 here, I'm not sure, but it's like those years of free falling and having to chop and change and realign, and then chop and change again, and then realign again, over and over again, has brought you this gift of the universe of stability. I'm seeing this Ace of Pentacles, because the Pentacles are stability, their longevity and their stability. They are the tangible things of our world. Has brought you this. This is a mirroring of your landing. And this is right at the beginning of the tarot cards pretty much, but it's still the 1. So I think this fully comes into effect next year, and I'm saying next year, January 1st of, January's the first month. And you'll see it develop throughout the whole year. And I'm wondering if there's these invitations that come in February and in September. I don't know why I'm seeing the 2, because I'm seeing January as number 1, I'm seeing 2 as February, 9 as September. So February and September next year are going to be months where there's these invites that come in, which are opportunities, chance meetings. But I think December is already showing you might not have both feet on the ground, or you may be landing but you're maybe still skidding a little bit, so you might be landing a bit on a hill. I'm kind of seeing, thank you Spirit for showing me, see there's almost like this, it looks like a slide. I don't know if that's going to show up very well, but it's almost like you landed and then you're sliding and then you come to rest, a resting place. I think December is that slide. You kind of feel like, I've landed. I feel like there's tangible things, but then you're skidding and sliding a little bit. And that's what's making December fast, because it's not like stairs you have to walk down. It's a slide, Once you start going on the slide, it's hard to stop. And Spirit's saying it's okay because there are flat points within it. So there are flat points that kind of level out a little bit. Catch your breath a little bit. But Cancer, I feel like I'm talking fast. I feel like I'm talking louder. There's excitement here. You're ready for this because I feel like I'm just about there. This is that final push. This is that final balancing out. This is that final understanding. And look at that. I just saw this as this portal, this doorway. We got it again here. This is the Oracle of the Portals, but not all the cards have, you could look at that as a portal, but here I really feel that they're reflecting back to this one of this Ace of Pentacles. So you're going to start to see in December, even though you're not landing completely, you're going to start to see. You're going to be a little bit more sure-footed, even though you're going to be slipping and sliding. So it's not going to be fully, you're not fully landing, but you're getting a sense of it. And that brings you to this beautiful Knight of Pentacles. And I'm so glad that it's the Knight and not the Page for your reading, because the Page would have shown me that there's still a lot of things you don't know, whereas the Knight has already passed the energy of the Page, so you do know. So when you land, even though you're landing up here and you're going to slide to where you need to be, you're okay with that, because there's this sense of, yep, I know, you don't know everything, things are going to change. But there's this certainty in you of the direction that you're going. Okay, it's not like you're trying to find your way. Once you get on this slide, there's only one way. There's only one way. And I feel like you know that. And with this Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving knight, and normally he's depicted standing still. This horse is on the move, which I really like, because I see in this deck, it's almost like the Knight of Pentacles that comes after the traditional Knight of Pentacles deck. So it's almost like the traditional deck, he's standing, the horse is not moving, it's standing still. And the Knight of Pentacles symbolizes planning and maybe revising a little bit and really getting all your ducks in a line before you take action. And I feel like you've already done that. So this Knight of Pentacles is now taking action, because it's all been done. So all those years of free falling, you've been doing the work that you needed to do. So when you land, you hit the ground running. And I think that's why you've got a slide. I mean, there's nothing like a slide to get you going. And what does that mean? And why are you on the slide and not fully landed? Because December is, you're feeling, even though you're on a slide, you're not free falling anymore. Okay, free falling means that nothing is supporting you. Okay, free falling, imagine yourself falling from a cloud and you just got air around you. You just got the sky. You're not being hurt, though it may have felt that way. But a slide is a solid structure underneath you. Yes, it's moving. Yes, you're sliding. Yes, you can't get traction. You can't get stability. You can't stop almost. But Spirit doesn't want you to stop up here. It wants you to stop on solid ground. And there's this sense that because there's bigger dreams coming, they're very much in aligned with already what you're seeing for yourself. They're just going to be, I don't want to say different, because they're not going to be different, but they're kind of going to be built upon. So you're building upon your dreams. The Two of Wands, he's leaving the Ace of Wands of his past self behind. All the dreams and aspirations and the passion and the drive and the will that got him to be here. He's like, thank you. Now I'm going to build on that with who I have become through the last journey. So now let me take this world and now build on it from where I am now, who I am now. Which is a beautiful, beautiful energy. And I'm so happy to see this in your reading, especially kind of in the middle of your reading next to this Queen of Swords. Because you are going to be, and thank you, Spirit. Spirit just said just before you go on to the Queen, this 2, they drew my eyes to the 2, which is February. You are going, and that's when I said the invitations are going to start to come through. The February is going to be a month of dreams coming true. Okay, you still have to accept it. You still have to do something. But the opportunities will be there for you to actually grab hold of them. So going back to this Two of Wands and Queen of Swords, she knows what she wants. You know what you want. There's a certainty in you, even though you are slipping and sliding down this slide. You've never been more sure of yourself. It's not to say that things won't change, but you've got this sureness, and she's going to stick with you. She is, like, this energy is really in the middle of your reading. This energy keeps you going. That's why this slide is not going to have you in a panic. It's going to have you going, right, I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to use this slide, this forward momentum, this energy to really align and get me where I want to be. And she's got a really no-nonsense energy about her. And she is sure. So she cuts out, I'm sorry if it offends, but she cuts out all the crap. And that's what I'm seeing with this card. This is drama. This is other people's shenanigans, their crap, their stuff. And I don't normally read, so I'm not an angel. I do swear, but I'm not a big swearer. And some of you might be laughing because crap is maybe not a really big swear word. And I'm not even sure if crap is used in other English-speaking languages. It's maybe very Australian, but it's really that energy. She's not putting up with other people's stuff. And you don't have time, Cancer. And it's not that you're going to be, like, there's no malice or nastiness in you. It's just like, look, I'm on this slide. Either join me and let's go, or you know what? Find another way and meet me when we land. But I can't do this journey if you're going to be yelling and screaming down the slide, or if you're going to be trying to grab hold of me and pull me off the slide. No. This is my slide. I'm happy to share it. I'm happy for you to come with me. But you know what? Our energies have to match, or if not, I'm sorry, I can't. She's just not going to mince her words. And the reason being is the queens attract. The queens draw to them. They receive. Okay, so when I see a queen energy, I know that you are drawing things to you. And you know that, Cancer. So you're not going to allow your energy to get entangled with energy that then you'll be receiving in that other energy, especially when it's not your own energy. This is not your energy. This is other people's energy. And you're just like, no, I'm in full receiving mode. I've done my work, and now I'm drawing to me what I need, what I've always wanted. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit's saying more what you need, and what you need is aligned. So it'll feel like you're getting what you want because you're aligned with what you need. So you're not going to want your energy to be diluted or to be mixed with other people's energies that doesn't match yours, because then you'll be attracting things that are not perfectly aligned with you. And that will impact February. That will impact these. You're still going to land. Where you're landing. That's your landing. Doesn't matter whether your energy gets mixed with others. It doesn't matter who comes down the slide with you or doesn't. But it will impact what you draw to you. And I think, Cancer, you know that so instinctively. Even if you couldn't put it into words, you know that so instinctively. And you're going to be busy this month. So if that means seeing people less, see people less. It's not that you're throwing them away. It's nothing to do with nastiness, or people like to say ghosting or things like that. Nothing to do with any of that. You've got these two major arcanas. You've got the Lovers and the Sun. Oh my gosh. This is glorious, glorious energy. This is the universe singing for you, Cancer. And that's because you're aligned. And you're not allowing anything. You have been through your own shenanigans. You've been through your own crap, through your own traumas and indecisiveness and shadow self and all that kind of stuff. You have been through that. You have worked through it. You've been meticulous. You've done your work. And here's Spirit going, we're going to show you what that means now. They're going to bring you the energy. They're going to bring you the guidance. They're going to bring you the ideas, the downloads. And it's going to come through really tangible and very passion driven, soul driven with this Ace of Wands. You know, you're aligning, and that brings you so much clarity, for one, with the Sun, brings you so much joy with the Sun. And it brings you true partnerships that are aligned. You are connecting with Spirit, the universe, God, your higher self, whatever you call that, all that is energy, that higher energy, that knowing. You're connecting with others, but really connecting. And this can be partnerships, this can be love, romantic relationships, this can be soul connections. And it's so aligned. And this just makes your heart sing. This energy is the opposite of this energy. Your heart is whole. You've done the healing. You've done the work, Cancer. And now it shows. It's going, your outer world is going to reflect your inner world. That's why you have this rebirth card. And it's the very first card of the Oracle. You are being so guided. You are so connected. You are so aligned. You know yourself so well. And this energy here, you know, every time you reevaluate on your way down this slide before you land, like really land, from 3 to 4 years of free-falling, Cancer, you're realigning and realigning and realigning because you know who you are. And you're so passionate. You're so passionate about what you want to do, who you are. You know, he's fully got his back to this 5 of Wands. You know, this wand energy is telling me that, you know what, these are almost like knights in training. You are the knight. So they're practicing. They maybe don't know quite who they are or how they fit or where they're going. This is not malicious or nasty or bad. This is just chaos. And you know what that is, Cancer, because this was you. You know, as we're finding ourselves, as we're free-falling, we were free-falling, you know, we would be yelling a bit, you know, we would be screaming. Our arms and legs would be flailing about everywhere. creates drama in this reality. I mean, the analogy of free falling is non-tangible, but what it looks like in our world is 1 minute we're going left, or 1 minute we're saying, yeah, I'm this, and next minute we're going right and saying the complete opposite. We might agree to something that 2 days later, a month later, we might go, no, that doesn't sit with me anymore. So it's chaotic, it's messy. You're not anymore. And that's not to say we're forever evolving. So, but in this part of your journey, you're walking into stability, and a stability that is going to stay with you. I don't think, I mean, depending on your age, you know, if you're in your 20s and 30s, you probably will have another free fall. But if you're maybe in your 40s, your 50s and older, this might be the last free fall that lasts for years. You'll have a free fall for months or maybe a year, maybe. But this has been the big one. You'll have change again, but it won't be like what you've just experienced. And I think you know that. And that's why this queen, when I said you're coming down the slide, and these people, you're just like, you know what, this is my slide. You come on my slide. I don't mind. Come with me. But don't pull me off the slide. Don't dilute my energy. You know, it's this sense of, you know, I know what I'm doing. I know who I am. Come along for the ride. But if you've got drama, if you're sorting things out, you know what? Go a different way. Let's meet again when we land. You just for the month of December, you just can't. And that's because you're in movement. You're driven, you're passionate. You've got the Ace of Wands here. So you've got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. It's a gift of the earth, a gift from spirit that is very tangible of this earth. It is the structural things in our life, the things we can see, the things we can physically change. And you've got the gift from the universe that is soul driven. It's our passion. It's what lights us up. And it leads to movement away from what you previously have known. And you've known a lot, Cancer. But this moving away, sometimes I see as difficult. It's not, Cancer. It is not at all. And it's not that you're going to be very dismissive, like, yeah, see you later, bye. It's not like that at all. But it's almost like these cups don't want you either, because you're so not aligned anymore. So everything falls away so easily. This energy here is very much this rebirth. The Wands is your fire, your Cups is your emotions, it's the water. And the Phoenix, it's a rebirth. Everything that no longer serves you falls away, and you can carry on. You can move forward. Nothing is attached to you. Nothing is lingering. What no longer resonates for you doesn't resonate from the other perspective either. So there's a sense that as you come down this slide, the rebirth happens. And it happens all throughout the month. And it's just this rebirth and rebirth and rebirth. Because every time you're getting more and more sure of yourself. And there's so much celebration. You know, you are going to be going down this slide, you know, sometimes a bit like, oh my goodness. And other times like, woohoo, poof, let's go. That's what's waiting. It's almost like, thank you, Spirit. it's almost like this is what you can see as you're coming down the slide. You can see your landing place. You can see what's waiting for you. And Spirit's telling me not in a tangible way, in an emotional. You'll feel it. You'll just have this feeling, Cancer. That's what's waiting for me. You can't see who, you can't see where, maybe you can't see what exactly, though I think you have an idea because the Queen of Swords is here directly above it. Directly above it. Beautiful energy. And you're landing, and then you've got these invitations coming through. So you're going to land in this, and then there's more to come. Spirit says there's more, because this is building your foundation, and then you're going to build on top of your foundation. My goodness, Cancer, my goodness. Let's get these last messages from the Unveiling the Golden Age Tarot. Have we just got one? Spirit says. Oh. Oh my goodness. So you've got the Ace of Activations. Pineal Pioneers. Oh, and your pineal gland, isn't it in your, isn't that where your intuition lives? Don't quote me on that. I am not scientific at all. But that's what's coming to me, so I'm going to roll with that. And even if that's not exactly true, that's the message that Spirit is giving me. It's almost like your crown chakra cracks open to reveal this connection. Look at these cards together, actually. And the Ace of Activations is the Ace of Swords. So you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and now the Ace of Swords, which is a gift from the universe that is ideas, downloads. It's things that just pop into your head that then you can take on board and make tangible. So that's what's coming. And then remember I said, next year you build on this foundation. And next year is you've built the foundation, and then the next year you build on top of that. Or next year you might be building the foundation and then you keep building, but there's a sense of building on top of building on top of building. This has got longevity in it, and you are so connected. And for some of you, this is really, you might be going into jobs that are very spiritual in some way, or your practice or your life becomes very spiritual, very connected, very healing. You might become a healer, something along those lines, a teacher, but there'll be an aspect of spirituality. Beautiful energy, my friends. My goodness me, what a reading, what a reading. I'm going to leave you with those messages, Cancer. If you've liked the reading, please remember to like, share and subscribe to help me grow my little channel so more people find me. I'm wishing you a magical, magnificent month of December. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.